Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So apologies to those people expecting a Steampunk Tuesday video yesterday. You're getting it tonight instead. Yesterday was the 10th anniversary of the passing of Ian's mum. So yesterday I took him out for the day to take his mind off it. So I'm sure you'll understand. So anyway, let me turn over to my overhead camera and show you what I'm going to do for tonight's video. Okay, let me just adjust the light in a little bit just to make sure I've got some light on the situation. Okay, so I'm going to combine a little bit of steampunkiness in with August's Rogues Gallery. So the last one we did was in July 07. So we're due for one for August, number 8. So thank you to everybody that made suggestions as to who this chappie was. Some say Jeffrey Hunter, some say, did they say is it Tab Hunter as well? Jeffrey Hunter. Anyway, the first captain of the Enterprise, Captain Pike, back in the 60s, I think, anyway. So yeah, thanks to everybody who suggested who that was. There'll be no need to guess for this one because it'll be a total unknown because this is a Victorian photo that I've got. So yes, so we're going to be doing it on this page for August. So I've got my bits and pieces already cut out. The backgrounds that I'm going to be using today are from the Tim Holtz Collage collection, the 8x8 collection. So I couldn't decide which kind of background to use. So I thought I would probably end up using the one with the map, seeing as we're doing it a little bit steampunky. I may even cut one of these numbers out as well, just because. And this is the chappie that we're going to use, this rather handsome young dude. I've got a printout of a piece of dictionary paper, mainly because we've got the words harvest and harvest, home, harvest, moon at the bottom there. And I thought, seeing as we're coming up to harvest season, that would be perfect. And I've got a few other little bits and pieces of ephemera that I've done. I've also got, obviously, my identify for the month, and the 021 is for the year. So what I wanted to do was to add a little bit of texture to this one. Because we're doing a little bit of a steampunky theme, I thought I would incorporate a little piece of corrugated cardboard as well. So I've picked at it to reveal the corrugation underneath, but I'm going to leave these bits on top because I think they look really cool. Again, it's from some Mr. Bentley food, Sunday dinners this time, turkey and potatoes, beef and potatoes, chicken and potatoes. Now I spoil the dog, don't I? So, spoil the dog. He did have his own ice cream yesterday. But hey ho, I think you'll have to watch the vlog on Thursday to see exactly what we mean. Anyway, so piece of corrugated cardboard. So we're going to have that. I'm going to also grab a pair of scissors. I had a bit of a tidy up and I can't find anything at all. So I think we're going to snip out as well that number 2. Just because I kind of like that. So of course you can cut these little sheets from these paper collections into smaller pieces to use in your larger projects if you want to. There's no stopping you really. Okay, so for the background I've got a template piece. So this is my template piece that I normally use. So it's got a kind of grey, kind of nondescripty kind of thing on the back of this one, but I like the map, so we're going to do that. So I'll just put it up to the corners, and then all I'm going to do, he put his scissors away, didn't he? Yes, he did. Right, and I often talk about myself in the third person. Just do a quick snip there, and I'll do a quick snip there. So that should then give me the right size for where I need to cut. So just push them to one side. Grab one of my paper trimmers. This is my old Stampin' Up one. It'll be easier if I do it from the back side, won't it? I'll be able to see it better So we'll cut that down there like so. And then we'll cut that about, that's what it's there, isn't it? Isn't it? There we go. So we're not having loads of pieces of paper lying all over the place. There we go. So that's my piece from the Tim Holtzy. And then we've got my strip of dictionary paper, which I'm not even going to bother cutting. I'm actually going to tear because I want that nice kind of raggy edge, but obviously only on a couple of sides. So we'll just tear that really quickly. There we go. So that will do. So that's going to go on there like that. Now then, I've got my see, I've put it down again now, look. There it is. So this is the piece, this is my template for the piece that I want to go on here. So let's just position that. It's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. We can do things on the fly. Winging it is another description. And another one, making it up as we go along, which is always fun, because even though I'm in the driving seat, even I don't know where we're going. Okay, so that can go there like that. I've got a texture there, so our main character is going to sit there, likey. And then I've got this old front of a box of matches, so Bryant and May's, which I will tuck under there, I think, just to give it that little bit of orangey, rusty kind of flavour to it. And then I've also got this little circle here. It says Botanical Discovery. We like that. Number 50, 6 and 7. I think I'm going to put that there. And then we've got the number, which is going to sit just nicely there. And I've got this little stamp, 3D, 3 pence, N.Z, so I presume that's New Zealand. So it's a New Zealand stamp. Just trim that a little bit. I think that can go maybe there. And then we've got our number 2, haven't we? So I think I might move that stamp so it's down there. Just cut into that corner, then the number 2 can sit like that. And I'm covering up some of the corrugation, but you know, I know it's there, you know it's there, that's the whole point, isn't it? I might get rid of that stamp altogether, actually. Just put that down there, and then that can go somewhere like that. Anyway, let's start gluing down. But before we do that, let's start distressing. So, a bit of vintage photo. Okay, so this is going to take just a little bit of time just to go around and add a tad of distress around everything. And as I've done before, because this is kind of, you know, not necessarily an interesting part of doing the project, because I'm going to do and distress the edges of all of them. I might actually bring that further in just to give it a bit more of a vignette. Yeah, I think so. Let's really go to town on this one. There we go. So circular motion, start off the page, have your foam, add a little bit of an angle, and then you don't get any what I call swizzle marks where you've brought it in and you've got a line. There we go, that looks a lot better. Right, I'm going to go away and do the rest of these pieces, and then I'll tidy up down here, get rid of this ink here because I'll probably end up getting it all in my hands, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've had a clean up and a tidy up. So what I need to do now is start putting this all together in a kind of coherent kind of way, he says. As coherent as it's ever going to get when he's talking about me. So glue wise, I'm going to use some spirit glue, mainly because I've discovered that using this spirit glue on this particular type of paper, it don't buckle very much, and that's kind of what we want. Because if your pages buckle too much, you end up with a real kind of rutled, and see all the way the pages are all, yeah, that's because I didn't use spirit glue. See, on those ones I used spirit glue and they're almost still flat. That one with Jeffrey, again, I used spirit glue and it's really flat. So that's what I'm going to do again. Keep on using. So I've stuck the corrugated down onto the dictionary text paper, and then I'm going to go around and just add some into there. Now I'm not going right to the edges, just in case I change my mind and decide to tuck something underneath, but I don't think I will, but just in case. Silly. See, look, I forgot. That's me talking to you, he distracted me. I forgot to put some on the back of there. Oops. Whoops. Okay. It's not my fault, it's your fault. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. The other good thing, of course, about using spirit glue is that you do have a little bit of wiggle room when you're laying your bits and bobs. Okay, so next piece to go down then is going to be our Dapper Young Gent. Okay, but I want to put that underneath about there first. So I'm going to put a little bit just on the bottom. This is the fun bit when you're creating your paper clusters. Is working out what layer goes down first. That's the fun bit. Okay, then we'll flip that over. A little bit on the back. Now there will be, obviously, because we've got texture on the corrugation, there's going to be a little bit of a bumpette when we do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a small piece of the corrugated cardboard just to act as a little packing piece for when that goes down there. You won't be able to see it because it'll only be small. That way we keep that kind of flatness, because it's hidden. It doesn't matter what way around you have it either. There we go. And it just helps to keep things the same kind of level then. Up a tad. There we go. That should do it. There we go. So that's the first bit of the cluster. So I do like that corrugation though. Should have done more down here, shouldn't I? Still can. I can still pick some of this off if I want to, but it's going to get covered up a little bit by what we're going to be adding next. So we've got our little dot, our little circle. So I'll just put a tad of glue on there. And that can go on the corner. There we go. So that's going to be raised off as well. So I could maybe just cut a very small square of the corrugation and then just add a little bit of glue under there. So just one quick, I don't want to add too much. Good thing about this other glue as well, of course, you can just rub it off. It just leaves kind of like little globules. Will that go underneath there? That's it. Okay, I'm having trouble with this. I just need to position that a bit better, I think. Just stick that under that. That's more like it. It creates a bit more of a stable platform there then, doesn't it? That's better. There we go. It's almost like using foam pads, but not. We're using bits of corrugation. Okay, so I'm going to need another small piece. Tiny bit. A little bit of glue. And I'm going to put that... Oh, I just dropped it on the floor. Luckily, it didn't land glue down first. Let's stick that just there. Turn it round. See the things we do, eh? Alright, so that can go under there. That's going to hold up the corner of the chappy there. And then when we add the glue onto the number, see that then holds as like a little bit of a support. So like so. All sorts to think about. All sorts to think about. Alright, so we said about then adding the number 2 there. So again, I'll need a little piece to go underneath the number 2. So how wide is it? Not hugely wide. So I think what we'll do is we'll glue that onto it first. I think I need to clean the nozzle of this glue. Right, so that can go on there first, like that, and then we can add some glue on there, blob of glue and a blob of glue on there. Right, let's put the nozzle on there. Okay, so that will now sit just nicely on there like that. Yep, we've got a nice bit of support just there. Like that. Now, of course, this is our steampunky piece, so I also want to add a little bit onto the back of that metal clock. So I always like to add a few metal embellishments to each of the pages, so you can see there's a metal embellishment there, metal embellishment there, there's one there. I've got staples as the metal embellishment on that one. On that one there's a little metal embellishment there, there's one on there. On this one there's one there, there's ones there, and there's ones in each of the corners there, and there's a little clip up there like so. So I like to add just one or two little embellishments. So I've got some metal cogs, some real metal cogs. So I'm going to just add a little bit of glue onto the back of these. The spirit glue should hold them. So I'm going to add that piece up there, seeing as it's already got the corner cut out. That's how it came to me. I've got that there, and then actually I didn't need to add that piece on the back of that clock, did I? Because it's fine. And then that's only a thin one there. So let's add a little blob of glue just there like that. Then I'm going to put it in the right place, have I? This glue's just coming, dropping out the let's just give it a wipe. There we go, that's better. You just hate it when the glue comes out the tube on its own. It's only that like vacuum effect, isn't it? Right, so we just want another blob on the back of that clock. That should do it. Yes, so with this glue, if you get it in your fingers or your hands, just rub your hands together and it comes off. It goes into like little rubbery, little just rolls up. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. A little clock cluster. Is that going to stick? I think it is going to stick, but it might need just a little bit more. There's a slight dome on the back of the clock of this little embellishment, so there's a bit of a cavity, so I've got to fill it, make sure that there's enough glue for it to kind of drop down and grip. There we go. A nice few little steampunk embellishments. Now I might just... Can I get one over there as well? I think that's a bit big. Let me go see if I can find a small one of a similar colour and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I actually found a small brass cog or gear and another like little clock with some little steampunky elements on, so I think I'm going to use both. Why not? So I'll add a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue there. That should be enough to do both. Just grab my little tweezers and then I'll drop that one on first. Put it up into the corner and then I can just tweak that smaller one just underneath. There we go. Make sure I clean the glue off my tweezers, my fabulous wooden handled tweezers. Very strong. I think I've shown you those before. There are two. You get ones that don't have the bend on and ones that do. But they're the push ones, so you can pick up and then let go and it holds. So for example, there you go. I'm not even holding it, not pushing it together. It's only until you push down that it actually releases. They are extremely good. These are cheap enough actually for me to be able to purchase to supply my website, so if you're interested in those tweezers, let me know. Right, because it could be something that I could stock, not necessarily all the time, but as a one-off. Okay, I think that page is done, so all we have to do now is transfer it into the book. I'm just hoping that's it, that nothing's going to fall off while I add the glue. So let's just go around, make sure you get plenty on, because the next page after this one will be September time. And then I'll only have a few more left to do then until we've actually finished the entire journal and done a year's worth of Rogues Galleries. So I was thinking, seeing as I've done a Rogues Gallery one this year, I might do another next year, but this time feature the ladies. Roguettes. Right, so I'm probably going to have to weight that down because the page is getting a bit, the book's getting curved, so I'll have to probably manoeuvre that. So I will just hold those down and then I'll be back once they're gripped. I should get some clips on them, shouldn't I? Tell you what I could do. Where are them tweezers? There we go. You can stay where you are. And then that's going to put pressure on that edge there as well, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Multi-use tool or what? Go on, clock. You stay where you were. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're pretty much stuck down now. Those tweezers have done the trick, apart from that bit there, but that's okay. That's just that part of the book now. But I've been looking at this little mini stamp. I know that I said that I probably wouldn't use it, and I'd use that one instead, but I think now, as soon as it's there, and I've just added a bit of distress to it, I've just talked myself into actually using it. So let's just add a little bit of glue on there. And then, while I was waiting for the edges to dry, I ended up putting a bit of distress on it and thought, do you know what? Why not? Let's use it. Bit of fluff from somewhere. There we go. So that just tucks nicely underneath that matchbox cover. There we go. There you have it. So that is my combined Steampunk Tuesday on Wednesday Rogues Gallery for August 2021. Talk about cramming it in. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me put that little collage together. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already for more videos like this one, then you can click that button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.